Welcome back to the Wizard Weekly, where we talk about everything in gaming. It's already the month to be thankful, and I'm just thankful that I don't gotta wake up and work at a studio like PlayStation, because I don't know if I can handle that emotional roller coaster of things just going up and down for the people that work there all the time. Like, 1 minute you're working on $1 billion franchise that's going well with the players, generating a lot of revenue, and then the next minute you're getting your whole studio shut down, like Firewalk Studios, after wasting 10 years of your life on a game that got shut down in less than 2 weeks. So I just wake up grateful that I slay goblins and talk about video games and not that shit. But that doesn't mean I can't stay invested in what's going on with the politics of, PlayStation's gaming, because, recently they've garnered a lot of eyes on their whole business with, like I said, the ups and the downs that the studio's been facing. But recently, a lot of people online have been talking about this recent Variety interview with PlayStation's joint CEOs, Hideki Nishino and Hermen Hulst. And basically, this interview was just them talking about some of the business decisions, and, what people took away from it the most of is what they said about the PlayStation 5 and, their ideas going into developing that new console. And if you somehow, missed this truly next-gen price tag, don't know if I can really say experience, but this is the mid-generation version of the PlayStation 5 that expands on really just the graphics part of the console, with giving things like, the PSSR with its frame generation features, and, even releasing some PlayStation exclusive games with the moniker being enhanced to take advantage of the fidelity and performance modes that the console can bring. With controversy comes a lot of questions and overall curiosity on what the business is behind these decisions, which Hermen Hulst and Hideki Nishino decided to shed some light on, with things that we didn't really not know, or what people couldn't have already inferred, but people are still interested in what they said here in this interview. Like, for example, Nishino says that when they were selling the PlayStation 4 Pro, 20% of the customers actually got into the PS4 Pro. So we claim that not only was there obviously the engaged customers that might have already had the PS4 and bought the PS4 Pro just to, prove their allegiance to the side of the PlayStation gaming, because, console wars are basically like big ass gangs that people affiliate themselves with. But he claimed that there was a lot of open opportunity for new players that wanted to get into PlayStation with the PS4 Pro, and that's what they bought to get into the whole console. So, he said that they were making this console for not only the engaged, but also for the new, to attract new people, to have a really definitive way to play PlayStation, which is obviously the same idea that they brought for the PS5 Pro. And so with this business idea with the back of their heads, coming off the PS4 Pro, they said that they started working on the PS5 Pro even before the PlayStation 5 launched. So it was a 5-year project that they were holding on the deep chambers of Sony's, development teams. So that's some pretty cool insight, to see how far back that PlayStation was working on, these set consoles. But, it's not really any surprising, because if you remember back in the FTC Microsoft case, when, Microsoft was at first trying to buy Activision Blizzard, the documents revealed that, PlayStation, they're already in the gears turning for the PlayStation 6. So, they're already likely years ahead with how they're going to try and, gouge our pockets. But outside of that, the rest of this interview was just basically Hermen Hulst and Hideki Nishino claiming that they have a lot of things cooking up in the chamber for PlayStation 5, and that they're just working on making the Pro generation as good as possible. Like, they just really say it in different ways to make you think that they're saying some really profound shit. But like, this dude, the interviewer here, he asked, do you have any big title announcements coming soon to the PS5 Pro or for next gen? And Hermen Hulst, my man went on an insane yap session with this whole thing, saying like, they were involved with, a lot of hardware. You got to find feedback, find demonstrations, and then Nishino, he just chimes in and says, yeah, the PS5 Pro will do everything the PS5 does. It's a consumer choice. No, I'm not gonna lie, I might do this kind of yapping in my videos, where I just take one point and just really expand it to where you might think I'm saying a lot of different shit, but I'm actually just re-saying the same thing. But you can't bullshit a bullshitter, because seeing all this in text form is way different than hearing it in person, because it's like, damn. But yeah, the PlayStation 5 Pro coming out real soon, and Sony, they've got a lot of things planned up that hopefully we can say is going to be good. Moving on, I get to yet again talk about one of the games that I've had the pleasure of wasting many years of my life playing and obsessing over, because I just love all of Rockstar Games' Grand Theft Auto products. And that is, of course, the 11-year-old supported game of Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, earlier today, or well yesterday when this video goes live, they announced a GTA Online community update where they revealed their upcoming December DLC and a lot of other things that are coming to the game of Grand Theft Auto Online. Namely community challenges, the already expanded upon current Halloween mini games that are going on right now. But apparently this December update is going to be taking place in the infamous Taylor factory that, you know, we all know and love from the story mode of the game. And it's going to be yet again focusing on the street robbery and street level crime things that, you know, Grand Theft Auto has been on the roll on with the past year of their online updates. Now, I'm not even going to lie to you. You know, I've been playing Grand Theft Auto for a long ass time, since 2013. And the updates from 2024 have not been bad gameplay wise, except for that, you know, mercenary shit. I didn't like that. But everything else that's been focusing on actual like street crime things and, you know, robberies and stealing cars and everything, 2024 has been a really good year gameplay wise, in my opinion, for Grand Theft Auto Online. The money still ass, because, you know, they got to make a profit off you somehow. But when I was religiously playing Grand Theft Auto Online earlier in the year, I felt like I was actually playing Grand Theft Auto and not fucking Flying Bike Simulator 2 3000. So I am glad that this upcoming update is going to be focusing on yet again another street level crime thing with these robberies that you're going to be able to plan in this building. But also what people are talking about with this community update blog is what they, you know, decided to hide all the way at the bottom of this page here, where they claim that they already have improvements planned for the cancerous version of Grand Theft Auto Online on PC, where hackers are in abundance. But they also shared that the enhanced and expanded version of the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series version of Grand Theft Auto Online that came out in 2022, I think, those features are coming to PC next year, which is something that people have already been wanting for a while. So if you didn't already know, this enhanced version of Grand Theft Auto Online, it basically adds some features to make it look as pretty as possible on the next gen hardware, with things like, you know, added frames per second to make it look smooth at 60 FPS, supports up to 4K resolutions, new ray tracing features. It's already taken a really well optimized game and squeezed as much life out of it as possible to make it look as next gen as it truly can on these new consoles. And I couldn't imagine that that was a hard job to do, because GTA 5 is one of the games of our generation that is one of the best optimized games that you can play on damn near anything that I've ever seen in my life. Like, there's a reason that every person that owns a PC has this game, outside of it obviously being a good game, but you know, it can run on damn near any level of hardware with a little bit of tweaking. And even in its first release with the PS3 and Xbox 360, this game coming out in 2013, running better than Grand Theft Auto 4 did in 2008 at launch, is insane. It shows how well the developers did with this game, and it's something that we don't really see too much of nowadays, since game compression is basically a myth within developers now, since we got games like Black Ops 6 getting over 100 gigabytes on my SSD as we speak, and I don't know how I feel about that. But yeah, still, this enhanced version of GTA Online is still a welcome for many of the diehard players, since a lot of times it feels like this version of the game is neglected. Of course, since its 2015 release, it hasn't took much for GTA to look beautiful on PC versions, at least with the offline modes, with things like, you know, ENB shaders and, you know, obviously graphical upgrades with mods and shit like that. But the thing is, you couldn't take those mods online, at least, you know, outside of things like reshade that only changed, like, you know, the outside layer of the game. They also haven't stated whether this is going to cost you money to upgrade to this version, or if it's going to be a free upgrade, which I'm hoping it's a free upgrade, but I wouldn't be surprised if they charge us like, you know, a $10 fee like how PlayStation did with the Horizon Zero Dawn remaster. But I'm excited to see how it turns out, because, you know, the game already looks decent on my computer, at least when I'm playing it, so, you know, having it look even better online is going to be well deserved. And lastly for today, Dragon Age: The Veilguard has officially came out on all platforms, and I have started playing this game earlier today. So far the game is pretty decent. I've only played through the prologue, so I can't really give a hard opinion on it right now, but I'm sort of liking the mechanics. Obviously mage class that I'm playing, because that's the only class that matters. Here I am trying to slay a bunch of rats on the ground. I'm sure that you guys have heard a lot of things about Dragon Age: The Veilguard, as far as like, you know, how it's playing and what people are thinking about the game so far. Like I said, I haven't played too much of it, but I just want to experience the game for myself and see if I like it, because, you know, I think it's important nowadays to have your own opinion on everything, because it's really easy to get caught up in echoing what other people are saying a lot of the time, and, you know, getting caught up in their opinions instead of making your own. But what I can say is that the combat is way more, you know, hack and slash focused, like how they claim it was going to be in the gameplay overviews from the past few months. So yeah, I'm interested to see where the gameplay and the story takes its course from here. So gonna be playing the game for the next couple of days. There's but 𝐂𝐻𝐒 right there, and yeah, I'm excited for that. And that's all I got for today, man. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe, and see you on the next one.